online I didn't really see anything scary about it, but then when I got it, it was super painful. They put me on an orthopedic floor. They didn't know how to like help me with the feeding tube. Nobody knew how to show me what to do, and it was before I went over it in school. Yeah, it was just a hot mess. So they sent me home with ileus, so that basically means your intestines, like after a trauma, a procedure, a surgery, anything like that, there's potential for your intestines to just stop working. They just kind of like get paralyzed. So that's kind of the situation I was in, but they never listened for bowel sounds or anything at the time when I was in the hospital before they discharged me, and I was in like excruciating pain. But then when I got home, I had a home care nurse just to help with the tube feeding so I could get used to it. But the home care nurse came, and immediately when I attached the syringe to the feeding tube, it just like backflowed. So it's called residual, where like you open the plug basically and everything pours out of your stomach, and it shouldn't do that. And it was hours after I had eaten like soft like eggs, and all of it just came back out, and I was bloated and I could tell something was wrong. But that's when she realized like there was really something wrong, and I was like getting a fever too. So I called my surgeon's office, went through a whole fiasco of talking to residents and not getting in touch with my surgeon, all that mess, and then decided that I would go back to the hospital that I work at instead of Northwestern for this, because any hospital can deal with it. I don't live too close to downtown, so it takes me a while to get there, and I just trust people more. Trust my colorectal surgeon. I felt like he could take care of it better. So I went to the hospital I work at. It's not on my floor though, it's a different floor. I work on a cardiac telemetry, like step down ICU floor, and I was put on a surgical floor, so it was totally different. But they took care of it. It was like bowel rest. They connected the PEG tube to like a Foley catheter bag, let it drain continuously, and then it eventually like gained memory back or whatever and was able to function again. So yeah, that's that whole situation. Now I made it through the whole semester. It's currently December 13th and I have surgery tomorrow. So I'll show you real quick what the current PEG tube is that I have. I initially had a regular PEG tube, which was longer, which I'll show the pictures of again. And then after that, it got infected like twice and was painful, a mess. But then I got a Mickey button, which they said I could have switched out 4 weeks after the initial PEG tube was placed. So the regular PEG tube was a little annoying because it just like was hanging, and to have an ostomy on one side and a tube on the other side that was hanging was just weird. And like under scrubs and like to be like working with patients and moving them and have all this stuff going on, I just didn't like it at all. So I got it switched immediately when I could to a Mickey button. It's like MIC-KEY button. And basically, I'll show you what it looks like here. It's like a little port type thing. So I still use gauze around it because it like drains a little bit, like sort of like boogery stuff. It's kind of gross, but it's tiny compared to the other one. And just open up the little cap, and there's an anti-reflux valve in here so nothing comes pouring out or anything. When I'm not using it, I keep this capped and just go about my day. But when I am using it, I'll put this one on instead. This is an extension tube that they make for it specifically. And sorry that the lighting in here is really bad, but there we go. Here's what the top looks like. This part says lock, goes, or rock it looks like here, but it says lock. It goes in like this. Oh, well, first, before I put it on, I would clamp this, and then it goes in. I'm not going to actually do it, but it goes in like that. Push it down all the way and then twist it, and you can just let it hang, connect to whatever you need. When I first got it, I was doing bolus feedings. So basically that means I would be using a syringe like this. This is a Lure Lock one though, and I used a regular catheter syringe, but I'd use a syringe and pour like the formula that I have. So like this, I pour it in there, and that I would do it like normal times that people would eat in the day, so like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I would eat by mouth at least once a day, like soft stuff, and then I would use this for the rest of the day. But after a little while doing that, I don't know what happened or what went wrong, or you know what's currently been going on, but it was super painful. Like just to eat normal amounts of food became painful. Even like the bolus feedings were painful. And through all of this, and a big reason why I got the feeding tube was because I was losing weight. So I started off surgery like higher weight than I am now. Basically, I lost 20 pounds over like the course of maybe a few months. But I wasn't trying to, and I wasn't working out. It was really just because I couldn't eat and would throw things up. And when I say throw up, it's not stuff that goes down to my stomach and then comes back up. It's stuff that goes down to here, like in my esophagus, right before my stomach, and then comes back up. Because I can't throw up what's in my stomach anymore after the surgery. So yeah, this video is long enough, but I will explain more about the G-tube specifically in the next video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.